And the wonderful thing about Charles Darwin, the reason we love Charles Darwin so, is that he's right out of a Frank Capra movie.
How so?
Because he doesn't come to this issue to burn down the barn, to kick the door in, to upset people and their religious beliefs. Instead, he comes as a believer. He was going to be a parson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he's an honest man with tremendous curiosity and really remarkable self-discipline. And when he sees that the evidence points to a much different story, as an honest human being, he has to not only take the evidence in, but he does this brilliant synthesis of the evidence. And finally, he presents this case, which is irrefutable. And, of course, here's this mild-mannered guy, a sort of country squire figure. His father loved him, but despaired that he would ever amount to anything. Would he be a doctor or a parson? They didn't know. And then he goes on this wonderful trip to the Galapagos, and he begins storing up this data. Comes home, begins to realize that the real story is far different than the traditional religious version. And what does he do? Instead of publishing it and causing a stir and upsetting everyone, he sets about amassing an enormous amount of data about barnacles. He trains himself in biology in a way that he was not formally trained, amasses the data, and then finally publishes it, has this kind of unshakable case to present. And he's a great hero of ours for many reasons, but one of them is that integrity, that decency, which says if it's true, then we must accept it. It's not to be as we would like it to be, but as it really is. And in the process, has a fantastic family life, wonderful relationship with his children, treats his children in a way that years later they remark on how he let them laugh at him, at his expense. He was so secure. He didn't have to be this kind of alpha male dominating the household. And in many other ways, a wonderful friend to his colleagues, a person who had none of the kind of narcissistic concerns about sharing the credit of this discovery with another person.
The ability of the environment to nurture and sustain large populations, the so-called carrying capacity, is of course finite. As the number of organisms increases, not all will be able to survive. There will be a stringent competition for scarce resources. Slight differences in ability, imperceptible to a casual observer, may spell life or death to the organism. Natural selection is a great sieve, straining out the vast majority and permitting only a tiny vanguard to pass its heredity on to the next generation. Natural selection is far more ruthless than the most callous and resolute animal breeder in determining the genetic makeup of future generations. And instead of the measly few thousand years since the domestication of animals began in earnest, natural selection has been working for billions.